Covering all things LEGO, from Minneapolis to Fiverton and LEGO cities beyond. It's Breaking News. Welcome back to Breaking News. I am Jason.
I'm Alex.
And today we are going to ask Alex.
Oh man, and Jason,
And
right?
Jason.
I mean,
it just flows better. We're going to ask
so.
Jason. Doesn't sound as good.
I guess not, but all right.
If it was just Jason, maybe that would be.
Okay, I actually enjoy these segments. These are pretty fun. And as I understand it, we have a large number of questions
We do.
today.
And we are going to get through them. There's a large number that are on one topic. He does not know what it is. He hasn't read these, and I did apologize to him earlier. He doesn't generally read them.
Yeah.
I did rant about it.
Yeah.
It's only partially valid, is what
Partially.
I decided.
Wasn't a full apology, it was a partial
It was,
apology.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
All right.
All right, we're getting right into this?
Yes, we'll go.
Let's do it.
We got to get moving.
Oh man. 2
All
hours
right,
later.
our first question is from Noah Melky.
Noah?
Hopefully I pronounced that correctly.
What's up, Noah?
He said a NASCAR miniature scale racetrack would be awesome. I think a brick-built Lightning McQueen or Tow Mater would be really cool to see.
That would be fantastic.
What do you think about that?
I don't disagree. Now, I will say this. Well, I'm not a NASCAR fan. I am a Formula One fan. And I have, in my previous cities, in Zanderberg, created a replica of Monza, Italy, racetrack in my city. And I loved that racetrack, and I would move it around in different areas, but the configuration stayed relatively the same. But I had to remove it because it took up so much space. So I can say I've had a racetrack before. Not now, as far as like this grand scale and having the grandstands, that'd be fantastic. I don't disagree with you there. But what's holding me back there? Space. Now, I will say this though. I am eventually, when my update is done with the rebuild, as part of my 90s style Lego city that I'm trying to put underneath the current city, a big part of that is going to be race. So I have so many of those mid 90s race sets from that era that I want to get out again, and I think also the Speed Champions will look good in there as well. So there you go. So thanks for that question. It will probably take a different form than a NASCAR approach, but I love the racing. I love race car. I love the competition of it. But I'm more of the Formula One side of things. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Great question.
I mean, I think it comes down to just like a few months ago when we talked about the baseball stadium.
Oh,
it
yeah,
comes down to space,
yeah,
right?
exactly,
I mean,
right.
Something like that, especially if we were to make it minifig scale.
Well, let's say I had space. Cost comes next, right? You're like, okay, if I want to do this and do it right and do it well,
cost might come first.
Cost will come first in that sense. Yeah. Now that I think about it, cost is going to come first before space, regardless. So anyway. All right, that was a good kickoff.
There we go. Next we have from Kenneth R.
Kenneth R, hello.
Will any of you purchase the knockoff Lego sets from China?
No.
Obviously for a cheaper price.
No, I would never do that.
Thank you for answering my questions in regards to the Ghostbusters.
Oh, he had the Ghostbusters question. Oh, was that the era one? Which one we like more?
Which one we would watch?
The Afterlife or the one with the girls? That's right.
And then he also said, sorry to hear about the Karens out there bothering all the great Lego YouTubers like yourselves. He must have been talking to you there. I don't know.
Yeah, we all get
I don't think
get the
we
Karen.
did that, but there are others.
There are some others that get the trolls.
I think got it worse than,
absolutely, yeah. We deal with them once in a while, but it's
well, probably more you than me. I'm still struggling to get people to watch. So.
Well, when you get the trolls, you've arrived, right? Yeah.
But no, to the original question, I don't see myself buying any of the knockoff. I don't know if we're referring to Lepin or just...
Well, that's what I assumed he was talking about, like Lepin, the knockoff. When you say knockoff, what comes to my mind is that they're copying the IP or they're copying the design that Lego has come up with. Yeah. That's not cool with me. That's theft, right? I am more than happy to see companies come up with their own original ideas and sell them. And we've seen some examples of that. Well, there was like
the one, I think it was last time.
Right.
Funhole.
Yeah, that was it. And those were really cool. And another YouTuber, Kim Plata, did a review on one of those. They sent him one, and it came with a light kit. And hey, props to them. That's awesome.
Yeah. I can see the attraction there because the value on those, or Weebrick is another one I've seen people have done. Mm-hmm. And they say that they're really good. Their quality. It's not like there's clutch issues and that kind of stuff.
Right.
So, I don't know, but I guess I'm not at that point yet.
Nah, me neither. I mean, I have bought third-party Lego, brick before. Yeah. I think it's, what's it called? Brick Loop. Bricklet, I bought their base plates before.
Yeah.
And I bought 4D Bricks elements, and that's going to be part of my rant when we get to that episode. And so there's things like that. So I can't say I'm a purist. It's simply
I'm a Lego
purist. I'm not going to buy anything on Lego.
I just bought a lighting kit. It's not a Lego lighting kit.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't see myself going out there and proactively trying to find third parties or different. I certainly get a lot of offers from other companies offering to send me their products, their table. Yeah, this is a great score. I couldn't turn that down because I needed a table. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, there's offers I get, but they're third party companies, but they're competitors with Lego and generally speaking, I am a Lego content channel. That's just I open up with, hey, what's up, Lego fans, right? Yep. That's kind of what it is. Like you with the 5-minute rule, right?
Yeah.
Not that it's a rule, but it's what we try to do.
Except for these videos.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really say yes or no. I spat off saying no only because I thought of Lepin at the beginning. But outside of that, I would be open to it. Sure.
Yeah, I would be open. I guess it depends on what it is.
It does. Yes, it does depend on what it is. Yes. Great question, though. Thank you.
Next question is from Rob Lyons.
What's up, Rob?
He says, Alex, and this actually goes to Funhole. Speaking of that, he said, I think that pirate pier would look good in your medieval section, and it's lighted.
I don't disagree, because I like it. Yeah. It is pretty cool. I agree it would look pretty good.
Put that on the big lake, maybe?
Yeah, it would look really good, wouldn't it? Well, like I said, Kim Plata did the review of that set.
Oh, was it that one?
Yeah, it was that set. Okay. And I watched his review, and I'm like, dang, that looks really good. It does. So I can't, that if there's a set that I'm going to go out and get that's not Lego, it's probably going to be that.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right, next question from MG.
MG.
Thanks for another enjoyable episode, guys.
You're welcome.
Entertaining to hear about Alex's adventure with retired Lego sets.
Oh, yeah.
Mindy is fabulous.
She is.
Jason, I also missed out on the Parisian restaurant, but built it from parts in my collection and from Bricklink, substituting tan for olive green.
Oh, okay.
Time intensive, but a cheaper option.
Definitely.
Not quite the same, but cheaper. Did I mention cheaper? I guess price is an issue here.
Yes.
Have either of you ever considered building a retired set from your parts collection?
Yes.
Oh, and then they add one other little part, and then I'll answer that, I guess.
Sorry, closed-ended there.
Great to see the little fire truck bring Jimmy out of lurk mode.
Yes, lurk mode.
Well, and I guess this might be one of those things I would say, like, that's kind of how I got back into Lego, was trying to put together sets that we used to have, and it's not like I had the whole set together. I parted it together.
That's what's...
It's a little different, I know.
It's frustrating because here's my experience with it. I don't have a lot of experience with it, first of all. Okay. But when I was doing my medieval area, some neighbors heard about it and said, hey, we have some pieces we can donate to you. And it had a lot of those wall elements. And it looked like they had that old King's Castle from 1984. I think is what it was. It might be 86. I can't remember. But I'm like, you know what? I think I can piece this together. And so I started doing that. And it was fun, but also frustrating because I'm like, oh, I need this particular piece and I don't have it, which means I'd have to order it and it gets expensive. Cheaper, mind you, than actually buying the set from 30 years ago, complete, right?
Well, and it depends what the piece is. Like if I was to piece together Cafe Corner, I think the little windows on the top are like 14 or 20 bucks a piece.
Yes.
And there's, I don't know, 6 or 8 of those. And those are the places where, if that's what you're missing, not, I'm missing a 1x2 gray plate. That
no problem. You can take care of that. Yeah. So, but one thing I have often thought about trying to do that with, parting back together, is Market Street. The modular that I sold for a ridiculous amount of money, and to get it back would be a ridiculous amount
even
of money.
More ridiculous
right
amount of money.
And it still remains my least favorite modular, but there's something to be said about having it in your collection, to saying that you have all of them. But also brings up the question, which we won't get into now, maybe later, but if you
count as having all of them,
do you have the real Lego set if you pieced it together? And there's some argument on that, right? So depends on who you talk to, but we won't get into that now. But that's right. If you're able to piece something back together and it's cheaper, I guess it could be cheaper. Be more patient. You have to be more patient, right? But yeah, little things like that.
I've thought about it on a few different things. Like,
Have you?
you know, I don't have Cafe Corner or some of those older ones, and that's probably the only way I'm going to get it, because I'm not going to go spend $2,000 on a used Cafe Corner,
Right?
You know, or whatever.
Yeah, no kidding.
$1,600.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I don't know. But I guess I just have enough current Lego to keep me busy.
You know, this is a topic we can spend a lot of time on.
Yeah.
So I'll just say that I've thought about it. Yes, would I do it? I'll try.
Maybe.
It's frustrating, but sometimes it's worth my extra buck to just, you know, shell it out.
Well, the other problem that you run into, if it's depending on how old it is. Okay, are we talking about the old gray, the new gray?
Yeah, the era of gray.
You know, and what if you get the wrong gray?
See, that's why there's a whole subject we can get into on this, right? Yeah. Great question.
All right, let's see. Wow. Next one, we have actually two questions. They came in separately, but from the same person.
Okay.
So these are from Eddie's1247.
Okay, Eddie's.
First one is, I decided to try the Fun Hole sets. I picked up the wood cabin for $110. I'll let you know how it goes. It wasn't a huge asking price, and I went with it. So a week later, a comment came in that said, impressed with the set, honestly.
Really?
So we have our first correspondent piece here on Bricking News.
No kidding. There you go. So Fun Hole, it turns out it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's the wood cabin, and I think that's the one that I saw. I cannot remember who it was. I think it was a gal in the UK that did a review on. I'm fairly certain it's that set.
Okay.
And you know, they had a few issues with it, but I mean, I had a few issues with that, so I can't say, oh, well, Lego's perfect.
Yeah, right.
But they said overall it was good and good value.
No kidding.
And it had the light and everything.
Yeah,
so.
well, we've yet to hear anything negative about it, so there you go.
Let's see. Next, we have from Chef Eddie. No
Eddie.
relation to the previous one, I don't think.
Interesting.
A dream set for me, it would be the X-Men Mansion, as well as the X-Men Blackbird. They could easily make both of these sets.
We could easily make both those sets, yeah. Will they? Eventually. You know what? I think that would be a great set to have.
Yeah.
Why not? Because they do the X-Men.
Yeah.
X-Men Mansion.
Yeah.
It would probably be like, well, like, they haven't even done the Wayne Manor yet, right?
Yeah, well, but
they
struggle with DC, let's be honest.
They really do, but they sometimes get things right. But they had a massive, gosh, what was it? It was the Joker's like fun house. It was like a massive set, and it was short-lived, and I don't know what the heck happened with that. But something like that scale, I think, would do really well, because it would be just like a facade, kind of like your Disney castle. Mm-hmm. You know, you have the facade, then you have like the playhouse in the back of it, kind of a thing. But yeah, I would love to see the Wayne Manor, though, personally. But I think the X-Men, we'll just see if they run out of ideas. They'll get there next, I think, eventually. But yeah, I don't disagree.
Next, we have a Brick Dreamer.
Brick Dreamer?
Yeah.
Not
He's
Dreams.
the one that sent in the... we saw his collection. He had like the little Chiba figures.
Oh, yes. Okay, I know that. All right, a question from me, too. That's great. Yeah. All right, let's hear it.
Question is, I have a question for you guys. Excluding your own YouTube channel, which YouTuber has the best Lego City? Assuming you watch other creators out there.
Shoot. Gosh.
You don't have to say me. It's okay.
I'm trying to think of... I don't...
So
go ahead.
There's a few. I mean, and this is hard because it's like, is it the largest that's the most impressive, or is it someone that has a smaller one but they've done some really great things with it, right? You know, mocks and things.
Yeah.
A couple of the ones that stick out to me. So there's one that I kind of like watching his videos. It's Craggle Creations. And I'm sure you've probably never seen it because it's a Disney channel. This guy has built basically a recreation of Walt Disney World.
No kidding.
Yeah, he's got the castle, Main Street. He's got the Haunted Mansion. He's got all of this stuff. It's really, really actually a pretty cool channel.
Huh.
And so if you're into Disney, you've been to Disney World, I think, you know, you may already know about him, but I really enjoy his things. You know, it's not 100% accurate. You know, he put some of the Avatar stuff in the Jungle Cruise because he thought some of it would work in there, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I think he does some really great stuff. Also, there's a guy in Germany, and it is Brick Crafts.
Oh, I've heard of that, yeah.
So he has a Lego city that he's built in his basement, and he cut holes in his wall and ran trains through it and all this kind of stuff. Well, now he's actually, him and his friend have rented out space, and they're starting a Lego museum where people can come and see his Lego city.
Wow.
Because it's that massive.
Dang,
and so
that's
some
impressive.
of the things, like the tree that I built that
Yeah,
you like,
yeah.
I basically kind of took a version of what he had made for one of his trees, and he has these pine trees that are massive.
Uh-huh.
The problem is it's like $45 if you want to build that pine tree, and I just don't want to spend $45 on it. It looks incredible.
Yeah.
But, because of the pieces he used and how much they are, you just can't get them anywhere. But those are some of the ones I really like. I mean, there's other great ones, Brixie and,
Jang has got a good custom city. I think Robin Hood Bricks is another one as well.
That's the other thing I would say, sorry to cut you off, but about Brick Crafts, all of his buildings, he doesn't have any modulars or Lego sets. Everything is a mock.
Is a mock, yeah.
It's custom.
That's impressive. Yeah, I don't watch a lot, so I'm gonna obviously allude to the larger channels that I'm familiar with because I've seen their work. But I've come across some pretty impressive layouts, but I can't pin them to the creator off the top of my head, so I'll have to take a look at that. But yeah, I'm glad you were familiar with a lot of them.
So yeah, those are some of the ones I really enjoy. Let's see. Next we have from Oliver Clement.
Hey, Oliver.
Both Alex and Jason. I've really loved the recent TV show sets, so The Office, Friends, etc.
Oh yeah, right.
And even though I'm a huge fan of The Office, I feel there are so many other shows that would be great or even better as sets. Do you have any favorite sitcoms or shows similar to what's been released that you would like to see as sets? I personally would love to see Community, or It's Always Sunny. I think that's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
Lego sets.
Okay.
He says a Lego Danny DeVito would be so great. Well, we know that's going to be short legs. We do know that.
Yes, it will be.
So, I don't know, what TV shows would you like to see made into Lego?
Okay, so I gotta start off by saying, like, I'm not a huge, like, a sitcom watcher. I will binge the occasional TV series. I think Parks and Rec would be a great one.
That was the one I thought of.
Community, I haven't seen Community, but I've heard great things about it. Yeah. Let's see. I think I've recently been watching Modern Family, and that's pretty hysterical. That'd be kind of cool to have. And this will never happen, but Rick and Morty would be kind of crazy.
So yeah, you stole my big one with
I did.
Parks
Sorry.
and Rec.
Parks and Rec, yeah.
That's okay. I guess the thing with some of these, it's like, so Modern Family, what do you create? A house?
It would be the house,
You know, I mean, and which house is it?
Which one, yeah.
Is it, some things are just more iconic than others. Like the coffee shop in Friends, like every episode is there, right? So that's the first thing I think about. I mean, there's other shows I love. Probably one of my favorites, probably not a lot of people know, but Flight of the Conchords was a show.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would be awesome. My daughter would love it, but they'll never make it, and that's okay. So, yeah, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what they come out with.
I would love, they did Simpsons.
Yeah.
And I would love for them to do Futurama. Because Futurama is getting revived on Hulu next month, and I am so excited for that, because that's my favorite animated show. It's nowhere near as mainstream or popular as The Simpsons, obviously. Yep. But man, I think it'd be so great. I've seen some great mocks of the ship, of the building, and I'm like, oh, that looks so good. I would love to recreate that, but pieces, costs, etc. But man,
you gotta have the figs if you're.
You gotta have the minifigs. Oh, I'd love to have those minifigs. I'd love to have a Lego bender. That'd be great. Man, Lego, come on, hook us up. Do it for me, please. That's a good question. Thanks.
Next question is from Robert Guthheim.
Oh, I know Robert.
And if I say these names wrong, I do apologize.
No, that's what I struggle with his last name too.
Okay.
He's yet to correct me. So anyway.
So the question, ask Alex question for Jason.
Oh yes, I get to lay back and just
How did you come up with the name Fiverton for your Lego city?
Yeah.
And do you ever see it getting as big as Minneapolis? So how did I come up with the name of Fiverton?
You're asking me?
I'm seeing if you know.
Yeah, because it's Jason's Bricks in 5. Yeah. Fiverton.
I did a video where I unveiled it to my family.
Oh my gosh.
And they're like, "It's what?"
Their reaction would be just, sorry, I'm eating M&Ms. Because I thought I was going to relax and just watch you like eating popcorn. So he's got his family there on this video. And he hasn't told them what it's going to be. He's like, all right, you guys are ready? They go, let's hear it. And he goes, Fiverton. And all the reactions are,
huh? What? The name that I've gone with, drumroll please. The name is Fiverton.
Fiverton?
Yes.
Fiverton? It's all right. It's actually grown on me.
I don't know. Yeah, I know it's weird, but, the problem is there's so many names out there, Brickberg or Brickerton or, all these kinds of things that are already used. It's funny. I've seen people,
unique.
No Name City or things like that. You know what? Name it what you want. But yes, that is how it is.
Well, Tanya didn't want you to name it after her, though, did she?
Correct. I did recommend. I'm like, we could do like Alex, Minneapolis. We could name it.
Tanya
so my
Town.
wife is Tanya. I said we could do San Antonio. She did not like that. She thought that was really stupid. I also thought about because we're near Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
We could do Stud Lake City, but I think someone already has that name.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, what's another Lego term? Snot brick. So I'm like, we could do Snot Lake City.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
that's not going to work.
They said that wasn't going to work. So, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
So that's how we came up with that
Why did
name.
I end up answering that question?
I wanted to see if you knew.
I knew.
Oh, and the
passed
second
the test,
question,
guys.
will it get as big as Minneapolis?
Yes, it will. Just give it time. We just
Well,
have
if he gets his way, she's sick of you. Like,
I know.
Move it
Come
over.
on.
She's like,
Let's go.
Alex, that's not happening.
No, you got to make the wife happy.
I just got to get one of my kids to move
You just
out,
gotta
and I
get-
can have that room.
Every time,
Come
I tell you
on.
what, whenever a kid moves out, well, that ain't happening now. They can't afford any place. Nobody can.
Exactly.
So I'm getting ready to have my kids here for a while too, which is going to suck, but it's such is life. But you got some room down there.
I know.
You can expand into.
Yeah, but having a Lego City in front of the TV is not ideal.
Would be awesome. No,
I'm not
it's
the one
tough.
you have to convince.
I know. I'm trying, man.
I know.
I'm trying.
I know. I appreciate it.
We'll get there eventually, maybe.
All right, so our next. I don't want you to peek here. No,
Oh,
no looking
I
ahead.
can't see that.
This
I
is
don't
a
have my
special-
glasses on.
So we have a group of questions that are all questions/comments that are all around the same topic, because you evidently struck a nerve with people.
Oh no!
Yes.
Am I in trouble?
Well, I don't know.
Oh
We'll see.
shoot! Here we go.
There's the following 6 questions are all
6
related to the same
questions.
topic.
It's almost a third of all the questions, man.
All right, so the first one is from IGI202B.
Okay.
Iggy202B.
What's up?
I don't know. The question is: there is a company in Germany called Blue Bricks, with an X. I don't know if you've heard
Blue
of that.
bricks. Okay.
That has the products manufactured in China, and yes, they have the Star Trek license that Lego doesn't. So no plagiarism, but really cool sets.
Okay.
So I didn't know if you've heard of these people, Blue Bricks.
I have not heard of Blue Bricks, but I need to look them up.
Maybe look them up. Next one is from Antopak. Alex, your closet Trekkie is showing. I don't think there's anything closet about it. I gotta be honest.
No.
And that's the thing that makes me laugh. Like everyone sees this and they assume you're a huge Star Wars fan. Like that even came up on the A Fool podcast.
Yeah.
About, I bet Alex has all these expensive minifigures from his old Star Wars sets. I said, no, he doesn't have any old Star Wars sets. He has these and that's it. So he's got a few that are, like the Boba Fett I think is worth some money and stuff. But like you don't have the old Cloud City and the ones that are crazy.
No.
So, yeah, so that's one I think is funny. Next, this is from Joe Bowling.
Hey, Joe.
When I saw Alex rant incoming, I knew I was going to love the answer. I don't have much display space for Lego, so to build. So I build, and I guess he builds, and then takes it apart.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But I keep the TOS Enterprise on display somewhere year-round.
Nice. Awesome. I love it. These are great.
Let's see,
Okay.
from DD_Z06.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying here, people. Oh, Alex, you are so right. Star Trek would be an absolute dream. I hope one day I can see it before I die. They have Marvel and DC at the same time. Why not Star Trek and Star Wars?
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
He then says, sorry, Jason, Disney attractions? No. By the way, I really like the building that has the sub number on it. Thank you.
That is cool. Yes, I like that.
Thank you. But yes, they should have Disney attractions. No, that's the thing that's great. Like, I don't want them to make everything I want because I can't afford it all. I can't afford what I want now. So, make stuff I don't want.
Dude,
like
they do
Dreams
make Star Trek.
is fine because it fits other people, and I don't have to worry about spending that money.
Indeed. Yeah.
If they came out with Star Trek, can you imagine what problems
I
you
would
have?
be in so much financial. That'd be just wow. What a great problem, though.
All right. Next question is from Brick HQ. We hear from
Hey,
him
Brick HQ.
regularly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am not a Star Trek fan. Disney attractions would be awesome.
Oh, exact opposite.
So
I see how
funny.
you
I had to
stack
put
those questions
together.
up. I see what you're doing there.
This would be my dream theme. What do you think? And I'm interested in what you think about this.
Okay.
Lego City for adults. Lego house is fully enclosed, nice size for $100 to $200, kind of a mini modular.
Okay.
Modular parts of a house, so an apartment similar to the Hogwarts castle. So you know how they had them where you could build like the, I don't know, they had the, I can't think of what the things are. So the part with Fluffy, like the Chamber of Secrets, and then they had the, I don't know, the astronomy tower, and they had all these things, and you could build them together and make a big Hogwarts castle.
Oh, sure.
So that's what he's talking about. You build like, I don't know, this apartment and that apartment, you can build basically a modular apartment that way.
I get you. Okay. It's
then
like
realistic cars, similar to the vintage taxi and the moving truck, but the ones like you have nowadays, so not antique, I guess.
Okay.
Realistic airplanes, helicopters, boats, etc. Lego should make more Disney minifigure sets.
Okay, there's a lot to take in there.
There's a lot there. So, what do you think about that idea? I mean, so you don't like Star Trek, that's fine.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
The Lego City pieces.
So, I think Lego's kind of doing that already with the new city sets. They have these. They're kind of based off of the road plates. They're 8 by 16, and this new wave of sets that they sent me for review, they're all like that. Most of them are, and they are modular, and you can rearrange them in certain ways, and but they're still open back. They're still a dollhouse.
Say the problem is the back.
And so it doesn't really appeal to the adult fan of Lego. It's more about the playability. I would say that there's something to be said for. That's a good point. I think there's value in that, being able to modulate these and be able to pick and choose.
Oh yeah.
And be able to.
You could build like an apartment skyscraper with all these or something maybe.
And you can go crazy with that, and you're not held to a single building that costs $250.
Yeah.
Right.
Having watched you build, or at least start to build the city markets. That would be ideal, I think, for a lot of these if you could pull it out.
Yeah.
And put it back in if you want.
Yeah, that's pretty sleek. I like that.
I saw that in a review, and then I saw you building it.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
I like that approach. It makes it easier to access the interior. I mean, it's just for the interior, right? That's all it really is.
Exactly.
And I think I'm fine with it. I like it. I don't have anything against it or for it. I think it's different.
Well, I think the reason they don't have the back is so that they can still have the playability. And I guess that's my point. You can pull it out and play in the kitchen and put it back.
From what I can tell I haven't built it all yet, but I've seen reviews on it. And comparing it to its predecessors, it holds together better that way. And I think the structural integrity is more intact when you move it because it's so big. Like it's got a big footprint. So when you're moving that thing around, I think there's only like 3 main sections that come off of it. And one of them is a pretty huge section. So I think that's, like when I was putting it together, like the first half of it, I was like, oh, this is going to come off. It's modular. But then they lock it in. I'm like, oh, that's weird. How are you going to get this off? And then it's sliding in and out. Okay, that's pretty cool. But no, I think you might run into color issues. Like if you want to have like a certain color, what color is it going to be? It's kind of like my own train design from 2000, 2002, something like that. Similar, but you got it in buildings. But I'm trying to visualize it. I think it's a great idea. I think there's value in it, and I think it would get a lot of adult fans on board for sure.
I guess it's just a matter of how do they execute it.
Yeah, right, exactly. So yeah, that's good. Makes you think.
All right, and we have one last comment or
we're
question
finally there?
in this section. Alex, I completely agree and have thought this for years. I would sell my house for a Star Trek Lego line. Do not tell my wife and kids.
Yes. Man, a lot of Trekkers
and that's
out
from
there.
Drew Ingram.
Hey, Drew. Awesome. Thank you, Drew. Man, this is great. Okay, you made it sound like these comments were going to be like coming down on me, man. But they're my fellow Trekkers out there. Yeah, there you go. And Blue Bricks, I got to check that out and see if it's something that, because it's one thing to have it, because like Mega Blocks or Mega Constructs, whatever they're calling themselves these days, they got like identity crisis every 5 years, because they go like, we can't associate. Anyway, that's a rant. Sorry, I got to stay away from that. I don't even know what to talk about. They were building the Enterprise, the TOS, which looked great, but they also did the Enterprise D. And it looked like crap. I'm sorry. I appreciate the effort, but it looked horrible. But if you do a good job with it, people will buy it. So hopefully Blue Bricks will look like that when I find it. Hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised. And if I am, you will start to see them in my collection. There you go. Where am I going to put them? No idea. If they're like the scale of these, heck yeah, man. Oh, gosh.
Well, then
I'll take all these guys out and put Star Trek in here is what I'll do.
All right.
Boom.
Let's see. Okay, we've got 6 more questions, and we're out of time. So we're going to try to rush through these.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
Next, we have Raymond Dias.
Hey, Raymond.
Alex, I was wondering if you knew the value of your Lego city.
Just the city?
That's what he says. And also, I'm the one who suggested the idea of a streetcar drag strip.
Oh, yeah. Great suggestion. Yes, I'm getting more and more of those dragster type cars and the personalities that would drive them in the city. So time will tell. But let's see.
Well, your monorail's like $6,000. Didn't we see that on KSL? The local classified.
It is not worth that much. My goodness. I don't know what the city is worth. Brickset is a good website at quantifying value. I don't know if it's market value or not. I can't remember. But if that's the case, and this is not the entire collections, but I won't give a number. There's a number in my head that I think my collection is worth, and I'm not going to say that number because I don't know. It's ridiculous when you think about it. I'll just say that I'm pretty sure my Lego City by itself is tens of thousands of dollars. I have no doubt that it's close to $50K.
So I have a question for you because my wife has asked me this about your city. So while you bring this up,
all right.
Do you have special insurance for your city? Like, is it in your policy a special coverage?
So as I speak to my insurance agent about the situation and like, okay, this is what I have here, and it's something that I cannot replace. It's covered. Is basically what it is. So when I talk about the personal property in the home and the replacement value that I'm giving them, they say, yeah, you don't have to have any additional riders for that. Okay. So I was like, okay, are you sure? Okay. Because
I know sometimes if you have special collections or art or things like that,
and some people do that.
You do.
Yeah, and I do this almost every year.
Do they know you have 2 monorails? I'm just saying.
Maybe I should say that next time. I have 2 monorails, just so you know. Oh, okay then, Mr. Nunes. Well, in that case, we'll want to write up a separate rider for your insurance, blah, blah, blah. But I do, because I mean, hey, if this place goes up in flames, which, man, I've thought about, and I thought, oh my gosh, if that happens, it'd just be the worst. I mean, not even with considering the Lego City and the collection, but you're not getting more than half of that back, not easily anyway. It's just gone. So
you can't find it.
No, exactly. That's the thing. So you want to be. I think the insurance term is indemnified. So to be indemnified of that kind of collection is tough. So it comes down to a monetary value, which they tell me I'm covered for. So, but yeah, hopefully, knock on bamboo, nothing like that happens. But yeah, good question. Yeah, makes you think.
All right, next question from William Lair.
It's all right.
Greetings, guys. Thanks for the content and sharing.
You're welcome.
I have a question that's a bit off topic.
Ooh, all right.
But I'm very interested in learning more about the type of shelving you have in the background of your videos. Shelving, right. Are they purchased? If so, where from? Or are they custom build? I really like the flexibility they seem to offer. Please advise, and thanks again for all you do.
Awesome.
I don't know if I think he's talking about mine, actually.
Yours are cooler. Well, yours are more custom than mine.
So these are from IKEA, right?
Yeah,
and you
all
just
of mine are.
Took the shelving unit and attached it to the wall.
Yeah.
So mine, the ones that I have, I brought a sample of what I have.
You are so prepared.
So I built these. This is the smallest shelf I have. This is the easiest to bring. It's what's called a French cleat. I actually made a video about it. I'll put a link if you want to watch it. It was hard to get it actually in 5 minutes. I basically took a 1x4.
Yeah.
And you cut it. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, I was showing it off earlier.
Do the end with the
I
sticker.
do in the angle. Yeah.
So we do that, and then the part that's cut off is attached here.
Brilliant.
And it holds in place.
That's awesome.
Now he's gonna move
do you want
him,
some
but
help?
you broke him. hopefully that's in frame.
So that way.
But you can see how it holds.
That way your minifigure can moon you.
So the nice thing about these is I can rearrange them.
Slide
I have bigger
them
ones.
easy
You can
too,
slide
right.
them. All kinds of things. And I guess that view maybe gives you an idea of how it lines up against the wall. So, it's
cool.
called a French cleat. I saw a video when I was trying to decide how to put it in there, and that's what it is. So
it's very effective.
So the answer is IKEA or French cleat. And yes, I made them, so really probably just about anyone can make them.
Brag on it, and you've done this too, but we did custom tables for our Lego cities too. Did you do custom?
Well, so mine are actually the
you have these
shelves.
So we're the exact opposite of each other.
I built, the part where the upper level I built that. But most of it is just this is the base.
Nice. All right. So good question. That's not off topic. It's totally on topic.
Yeah. Next we have Bruce Lucas.
Bruce Lucas. All right, Bruce.
I like your comment about being a Lego purist. For those who prefer it that way, it's fine. Mm-hmm. But if there's other companies that create interesting sets for a lower price, I'll try them as well.
Sure.
Like reproducing a lot of retired sets through WeBrick instead. And I saw someone did that with the Brick Bank. They made it for like $160.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I'd like to consider myself a brick enthusiast. Besides, with the price of Lego continually increasing, and its price, I'm looking into alternatives.
Yeah.
If that's, if it's worth it.
You and a lot of other people, I'm sure. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. It ain't cheap.
Yeah. Nothing's cheap anymore.
No, it's not right.
Go to the grocery store.
Everything's too expensive.
I know. Back in my day.
My house cost $6.
Let's see. We have another question from Rob Lyons.
All right, Rob.
I can see the older X-Wing on the shelf behind you guys. I think that was at my house. I have the smaller version, so I assume that's what he's talking about.
Okay.
What do you think, Jason? Should Alex get the new one? Yes.
Don't ask this guy.
I think he should get the land speeder or some of those first.
Yeah.
We might actually... people have been asking for us to have a battle royale of our X-Wings, and we might just do that in a future video.
Okay, we'll do it.
So, next question, or this is more of a comment. The other guys too. The cannon on the AT-AT, or AT-AT, depending on how old you are,
AT-AT,
is pointing down, and it's bothering me. Okay, we're all
I know
good.
that
we're
comment.
I know you did, because he ran up when he saw it.
You know what? Hold on a second. Whoops. Well, let me make it worse. I'm going to push this out, push that up. Oh, I broke it.
Now you're just breaking things.
Wow, man.
All right.
I want to say to that, though, I really did come right up here and fix it.
He really did.
Yeah. I came over like, oh, sure enough. Oh, it's dusty right there. There we go. All right, we're good. It's even clean now. Its nose is, anyway. Thanks for that.
We have one last
Thanks
question.
for looking out for us. Hey, your minifigure fell over.
Yeah. Jeez. Final question. This is from Mardi Gras Man 23.
That sounds familiar.
That's right. We know him from the A Fool podcast. He said, and this was actually, just to be clear, this wasn't on the Ask Alex segment. This was on the Radar Rants segment we did last time.
Oh, boy. Okay.
He said, excellent. This is my favorite episode, and I have a new segment for you guys to do every episode. So this is it. You hear this and tell us what you think.
Oh, okay.
He said, lights off and a spotlight on Alex. And the segment is every week, what Alex wants. Because it's all about Alex.
It is. It is all about me.
He said, but then he said, for real, this would be a great segment.
I want them to bring back the monorail. In every detail.
The problem is that like every episode or every other episode would be, I want Star Trek.
Well, yeah.
Quit making Star Wars. Make Star Trek.
Chill out on the Star Wars. Give me some Star Trek. Give us what we want, Lego. I want. Yeah, that's pretty good. Dark. And then have some music in the background or something like that. Thanks, Mardi Gras Man. That's great. That's great. Great. Is that the last one?
That was our last
That's a good
question.
one to end on. That's funny.
Yes.
Jeez.
Lots of questions, but we did get through all of them. Hopefully, if we missed it, I do apologize. I try to go through. They don't have a good way to collect comments or questions off of YouTube. Like I can't copy and paste them. So
Oh, really?
I have to go through and review them.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for doing that. Thanks for doing the
We
groundwork.
try.
What
So
a great
if I
guy.
do miss it, I apologize. But yeah, if you have other comments, feel free to add them. You can put Ask
I
Alex,
thought this was
put it
Ask
in
Alex, not comment on Alex.
Well, some of them. If there's a really good comment and I want to make sure you hear it.
It's good. It's good. Yeah.
So, especially if it's going to hurt his feelings, I'm going to read it.
Please do. Well, I thought that was what was going to happen with those 6 comments, but they were all about encouraging my Trekker
They were all
addiction.
Star Trek. As I was looking through, I'm like, these people all have the same problem. Like, we've got to group them together.
We don't have problems.
Yeah.
Lego has problems. Look at that cash cow they're sitting on. They could just release.
We have problems. We have a whole show full of problems.
Seriously.
So, all right. Well, that's going to do it for our June Ask Alex.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was a good one.
That was a good one. Thanks for the questions, guys. Keep them coming.
Send them in, and we'll get you on next month.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
This episode of Breaking News is brought to you by Al's Barbershop. Whether you need a little off the top or a complete makeover, Al's Barbershop can solve all your barber needs. Come on in today or make an appointment online. Al's Barbershop, he cuts hair, not corners.
Welcome back to Breaking News.
What's up, guys?
Jason.
Oh, do that again. I cut you off.
That's okay.
All right, go ahead.
All right, we'll go again.